thing you need to do is you need to go to aplusstudents.com. You need to go to the website. Once you're on the website, you need to select math as your subject. This is a grade 2 maths lesson, and the name of the topic is two-dimensional shapes. And the chapter number is, I'll just give you the chapter and the lesson number. Chapter number 21. IFJ, I'll get the chapter number is 21 and the lesson number is 1. And the name of the lesson is Name the Two-Dimensional Shape. Okay, let's see what is two-dimensional and what is three-dimensional. Okay, the difference between two-dimensional is when you look up in the sky at the sun or the moon, right? You see a circle, right? Or if you look at a basketball, right? That's far away. What you see is a circular shape. But when you go close to the basketball, you see it's not circular. It's circle on all sides, right? Similarly, if you look at a book from far away, you see only the rectangle part, right? The front. But when you go close to it, you see the thickness as well. A shape that is flat for us will be a two-dimensional shape. Okay. So we'll be looking at a few examples over here, and we'll be looking at what exactly is the name of the shape. Okay. And as we move on with the lesson, I'll explain. The first shape that we have is, what is this shape? They're asking us, what is this shape? We know that this shape is called a circle, right? And a circle has no edges, pointed edges, right? Edges are also known as vertices, vertex, okay? Has no edges on it. A circle is a round shape, a perfectly round shape, where the distance from the center to the outer ring is always the same, right? You take the distance anywhere, the distance would always be the same. A round shape is known as a circle. Okay, just a moment, please. Okay, hi May, hi Semi. Okay, so we know that this shape would also always be considered as a circle. For the next shape, it says, see, a shape and form will have either no vertices, no pointed edges, or it can have minimum 3 pointed edges, right? The shape with 3 pointed edges is known as, see, if I would, we can see we have 3 edges over here. First edge, second pointed edge, and 3 pointed edge, right? That means we can have 3 angles on the shape, right? So we say a shape with three sides or three vertices is known as a, what is the name of the shape? A shape with three sides or three vertices is known as is known as a triangle. Triangle. The shape which will have three sides will always be known as a first side, second side, and the third side. The shape with three sides would always be known as a triangle. Okay, so we need to remember a few names over. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Let's look at another example. Question number 3, they are saying, what is this next shape? Question number 3. If the given shape to us is this. So what is the name of this shape? Okay, there will be I'll do question number 3 and question number 4. There's a difference between question number 3 and question number 4. I'll show you the difference. Okay, if we are looking at this difference between question number 3 and question number 4. Okay. So what is the name of the shape in question number 4? Question number 3. Okay, let's do question number 3 first. Perfect. Why is it a square? This is a square, and we know that in a square there are 4 sides. Agreed? And all sides have the same length. Agreed? Perfect. See, what we need to remember is, in a square all sides will have the same length. But the next shape is a rectangle. Thank you. Thank you, Semi. The next shape is a rectangle. And what we can say about rectangle is, what can we say about rectangle? This was a rectangle. Rectangle also, there are 4 sides in a rectangle. Perfect. The difference between a square and a rectangle is 2 pairs of lines will have same length, right? This will have the same length and this side will have the same length, right? Agreed? When all the sides have the same length, it is a square. But it still also has a right angles. All angles are right angles. A right angle is always 90 degrees. Okay. A square and a rectangle, they both have right angles, 90-degree angles on them, right? All the angles have to be 90. A basic example of a rectangle could be the room that you're sitting in, right? Or maybe the wall or the roof. It could be a square or it would be a rectangular shape, generally, right? Let's have a look at another shape. Okay. A little ahead, let's see one more shape, right? Let's move ahead. And in the question it says, I'm doing this a little extra. Okay. Question number 5. If we have one triangle, okay, just a moment. Let me just make the shape for you. Okay. Rotate 180. Select transparent. Okay. If we have a shape something like this, let me erase part of it. And this is something people take it as a hobby, as an activity as well. What is this shape? Many people would have flown this, right? Question number 5. Have you ever tried flying a kite? Right? What happens in a kite is there is a rope like this, a rope is tied over here, and you're flying a kite, right? Agreed? So, what we can say over here is the next shape can be a kite. A kite also has, there are 4 sides. Agreed? Do we agree a kite also has 4 sides? Okay. So now they say, let's look at the next question. Question number 6. Sorry. In question number 6, they're asking us what is the name of the shape. What is the name of this shape? Yes, 4 sides. A kite also has 4 sides. What about question number 6? Perfect. Thank you, May. This is a circle with no sides on it. A circle is, okay, round shape, perfectly round shape, okay? Okay, let's make it a little difficult for you. Okay, let's suppose we have this circle. Okay, I'll just make it again for the question number 7. Okay, I'm trying to explain you a little further what's given over here. Okay, because only 3 shapes. Yes, 0 sides, circular, round. Perfect. So if I say for the next shape, if we again have a circle, but this time what we do is let's consider this for the circle, or we go to order a pizza, right? What we do is we order 2 flavors on a pizza, right? What happens is we ate half of it and we are left with half. Agreed? So what is the name of this shape now? Can we call it half circle? Right? Can we call it half circle? Perfect. Thank you, Ant. We don't say it half. We use the word. Sorry. We use the word semi circle. Okay. A half circle is known as a semicircle. Agreed? Okay. Moving ahead further, let's see. Let's continue with the shape, right? What happened was we ordered a pizza. While we order, what they usually do is they make slices, right? We get slices of the. So let's make some slices over here. Okay. No, Michael, we will not call it FJ. We will not call it half. We will call it semicircle. The correct, it is a half circle, but the correct word to be used is semicircle. Okay. So whenever you'll see a half circle, you will say it's a semicircle. Let's suppose we order a pizza and they give us 8 slices. Okay. Perfect. Okay, what I usually do is I read the username. Okay. Okay. So if we have a pizza that has been broken down into how many slices? 8 slices. Okay. So if we remove one slice, just a moment. If we remove a slice from this, so just a moment, let me clear this. If we ate one slice, right, then this one slice also has a shape. Right? What? Yes, perfect. There were 8 slices. The circle was broken into 8 slices. So this slice out of the pizza will also have, or slice out of the circle will also have a name, right? The name of the slice is also, this is a shape that's been formed, right? And this shape is known as a sector. Okay. So now what we can see is a complete is a circle, half would be a semicircle, and a slice would be known as a sector. Agreed? It could be one slice, it could be 2 slices together, right? Okay, this is, even though this question number 8 has 3 sides, right? It has 1 side, 2 side and 3 sides, and we know that 3 side shape is always a triangle. Agreed? But why is this not a triangle? Because the outer part is part of the circle. This is circular. This is not straight line, right? That's why we call it a sector. Agreed? So we'll need to remember what is a circle, what is a semicircle, and what is a sector. Okay, so let's move ahead. Let's go to the questions. Let's see what are they asking us. For the next question, they're saying, question number 9, they're asking us, what is this shape? A shape with 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Ant. They're saying there is a shape which has 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. That means all these lengths are, these double dashes are telling us that these lengths are equal, and they're saying all the angles are right angles. So what should be the name of the shape? Yes, perfect. It should be a square. Thank you. For the next question, it says, I'll just copy the next question. And can I be excused for like 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds? Okay. I'll just be back. Just a moment, please. Yes, students. So what should be the name? No, we need to look at the difference. What did I tell you about the sector? You're saying this is a sector. 3 vertices. The word vertices means edges, right? First edge, second edge, and the third edge. The difference between the sector was, okay, I'll just draw the sector. We had 2 lines, right? These 2 lines were straight. But what about the third line? The third line was not straight, but circular. Agreed? This is the difference between. So if the third line is a part of a circle, it's circular over here. Let me draw it again. So if the third line is circular, if this is circular, not straight, then this would be sector. Agreed? But if all the lines were straight lines, then the shape would be, thank you, Deborah. Then this shape would be a triangle. Okay, the only difference was this was a curve. Whenever it's a curve, we call it a sector. But when all the three lines are straight, we call it a triangle. Okay, perfect. Let's move ahead. Okay, a shape which has no vertices. It is a, okay, question number 11. A shape which has no vertices is known as, yes, perfect. What about question number 11? A shape which has no vertices would mean it is round at all the corners. There are no corners, right? So if there are no corners, then the shape, it is a circle. Okay. It's quite kind of easy. Okay, let's look at question number 12. I'll just change a bit of information in this next question. What they are saying is, question number 12, don't give me the answer, I just need to change the diagram. A shape with four right angles. And what I'm trying to do is, okay, let's change the shape. And the shape given to us was this. We change it to this. Question number 12. See, we know that a shape with four right angles. If this was question number 13, we know that question number 13 and no. See, question number 12 and question number 13 has a difference, right? Question number 13 is saying a shape with four equal sides and four right angles. Okay, so in question number 13 we say this is a square because four equal sides, right? But in question number 12 it said it only has four right angles. Four right angle means all the angles are 90-degree, like a square. But one condition is not there. They are not telling us that all the sides are of the same length, right? Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Semi. Then this shape would be this shape will, because the lengths are different, then this is a rectangle. Okay, so the difference between a square and a rectangle is a square will have all four sides of the same length, but in a rectangle the sides will be different. Agreed? Okay, let's look at another option. Perfect, thank you. Moving ahead for the next question. Okay, they're still saying the same. Let me just copy one shape. Let's try to do this and a few shapes, right? Okay. For the next question, number 14, what shape is this if we have a circle and we break down the circle into half? So what is the name of this circle? Just a moment, please. What is the name of this shape? Question number 14. A half circle is known as, a half of a circle is known as, this is a half circle, right? Perfect, thank you. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, May. This is a semicircle. And what about the last shape? Question number 15. This shape has four sides, right? We can count one side, two sides, three sides, and four sides. But we can say this is not a square, right? We can say this is not a rectangle. This was a square. This was a rectangle. Yes, or we can say it, yes, thank you. It is a kite. Agreed? Perfect. In a diamond as a shape, the side 1 and 4 will have the same length as the side 2 and 3. But over here, 1 and 4 have the same length. We have flown a kite, right? So we have an idea what a kite is. Okay. Can we see how many questions are there in the test? Just a moment. Let me see. There are 10 questions in the test. Let's do the test. Okay. What shape is this? Very simple. Okay, let's do the test. Question number 1. This is question number 1 from the test. Is it a circle? Is it a square? I don't know your name, so I can read Semi, therefore I say Semi, right? You can type your name, so I'll know your name the next time. Okay, otherwise I have to call you Semi. So, yes, perfect. No, May, this is not a semicircle. Why? I'll tell you the difference. So, option A was a square, right? And we all agree on that. Option number B, you're saying it's a semicircle, right? I will say no, it's not a semicircle. Why? If I would say, just a moment, please. If I would draw a circle over here, okay, and if I would cut the circle in half, right, then this was a semicircle. Remember? Then this was a semicircle. Oh, sorry, CLE. A semicircle has to have a straight line over here, right? Let's suppose question number 3 was semicircle, right? So question number 2 should be a slice. Anything which does not have a straight line will be a sector. Perfect. This is a sector. Agreed? So now we know the difference between a semicircle and a sector. Sector can be like a slice from a pizza. Maybe you ate 3 slices, right? So that means this is your part that you ate out of the pizza. That is your sector. Okay? Semicircle always will have a straight line that divides a circle into half. Okay? So let's look at another example. This is a square, perfectly, question number 1. The next question says, what shape is this? Question number 3. Should be easy. This is question number 3. Options A, option B. Question number 3, what shape is this? Is it a square? We know square has 4 sides. Can we see 4 sides in this shape? Perfect. Thank you, May. This would be a circle. Question number 4. Option A, option B. Okay. We need to remember one more thing. The name of this shape was triangle, right? The word tri means 3. So we can say we have 3 angles over here, right? How to remember the word triangle? Tri means 3 and 3 angles. That means it would be a triangle. Agreed? Let's have a look at next example. The next shape they are saying, what is the shape given to us? I cannot help with the question. These are the questions that are available. Question number 5. Question number 5 should be, perfect. Question number 5 was a circle. And question number 6 is a sector or semicircle. Is it a sector or a semicircle? Question number 6. Perfect. Thank you, May. Why is this not? What about? Question number 7. What shape is it? The first option is a triangle. The second option is a sector. Okay. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Semi. Thank you, May. Thank you, Michael. We agree that question number 6, this is a semicircle. Semi means half. Half circle, right? So question number 7, what shape should it be? I think it should be a triangle, right? Because it has 3 sides. Yes, May, you're correct. But why can't we call it a triangle? Why can't this be a triangle? It has 3 sides, right? I could say it has 1 side, it has 2 sides, and it has 3 sides. But not all 3 sides are straight lines. So we have to say this is a slice, right? A slice would always be slice of a pizza, right? So a slice is always a sector because it's part of a circle. Okay, let's have a look at another example. Question number 8. It says, what shape is this given to us? Question number 8. Does it have any edges? No, I haven't explained cone yet. Okay, I haven't explained cone. I've done very simple shapes. A cone is no, it's a triangle. Right? We are doing 2-dimensional shapes. We are not doing 3-dimensional shapes. The name of the topic is 2-dimensional shapes, right? So there are only 3 edges, 3 corners. 3 corners would mean it is perfect. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, May. three sides would be triangle. Yes, Deborah. Thank you. Please, please do complete the remaining questions from the test, right? And have some more practice. Thank you so much. Best of luck. Have a nice day. Thank you, May. Thank you, Semi. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Michael. Okay, this was grade 2, right? I'll start off with grade 3 after this. Okay. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye.